The Texas newspaper, the Dallas Morning News, has endorsed Hillary Clinton for president. So who cares? Well, this is the first Democrat to be endorsed by the Dallas Morning News since before World War II. It endorsed Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1940. The Dallas Morning News says that it really had no choice but to throw its support behind Hillary Clinton. And this is not a liberal newspaper. This is a newspaper that, in its endorsement of Hillary Clinton, still said and made very clear, we're really very skeptical of what it is that Hillary Clinton would do. We're skeptical of the Democratic Party and its platform. But, and to quote, unlike Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton has experience in actual governance, a record of service, and a willingness to delve into real policy, although they are very, very skeptical of the Democratic Party. And for an endorsement of one candidate over another, it's fascinating how even-handed this Hillary Clinton endorsement is. It mentions they're concerned about Hillary's email controversy, but that Donald Trump is just so unprepared, right? So lacking in judgment that they simply cannot endorse him. This is the model for how any reasonable Republican should be feeling. Truly, if you're a reasonable person, even if you're politically conservative, whatever it is that that means to you, but you've got half a brain in your skull, this is how you should see the race. Well, Hillary Clinton may be to my left, but Donald Trump is a systemic danger to the future of not only the United States, but also the world. He is just too dangerous. And in the end, remember, Hillary Clinton is a moderate Democrat. She's not going to do anything insane by historical presidential standards. Now, for many people, neoconservative war hawking is insane. And that's not exactly what I'm getting at. My point is that she will no doubt operate within a completely predictable spectrum. Sometimes we're critical of that. We say, the spectrum is too narrow. The spectrum of valid debate and who can be a national level politician, that spectrum is too narrow. When we're thinking of Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump is outside of that scope, not in a way that we should be happy about, but in a way that we should be very, very scared about. Voting for Donald Trump, as the Dallas Morning News has said, basically means I'd rather the country risk destruction and being an even bigger embarrassment worldwide than it was under George W. Bush, which, let me remind you, was pretty bad, than to have someone I just kind of dislike as president of the United States in Hillary Clinton. Now, the implications in Texas are really pretty minor. Texas is unlikely to go for Hillary Clinton. We've talked about the bigger, longer term project of making Texas blue. Not going to happen this election unless something that I can't even imagine were to happen. Trump is ahead of Hillary Clinton, roughly 50-40 in Texas, 8% for the Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson there. Nate Silver's 538.com has Texas at a 91.3% probability of going to Donald Trump on election day. There's a funny comment that I've seen time and again on the internet in response to the Dallas Morning News endorsement, which was, newspapers are clearly being taken over by left-wing activists, and that's why the Dallas Morning News has endorsed Hillary Clinton. Two thoughts on that. Number one, if the Dallas Morning News is now liberal media, it only proves that this country is even more illiterate when it comes to media literacy than even I thought. And let me tell you, my outlook on that issue is pretty bleak. But number two, let's also recall that an endorsement of Hillary Clinton is not an insanely left-wing endorsement, because we're talking about a very, very moderate Democrat here. So how much does any individual endorsement matter? Not very much. What can an endorsement from a paper like the Dallas Morning News tell us about this race and the dynamics? Actually, quite a bit.